What's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video talking about Superman, the Man of Steel trailer. So it just hit about 2 days ago, and is already like on the front page of YouTube and pretty much the biggest video to come out this week and maybe even this month. And it's pretty damn cool. It's actually the first full-length trailer we've got. It's about 2 minutes and 33 seconds. And I'll put it in the description, so if you guys want to check it out, go ahead and click down there and you'll see it. After you watch it, come back and watch this video if you haven't seen it already by some miracle. So the trailer has convinced me that DC is actually going to fix Superman. Now this is something I've kind of talked about in my videos in the past, my review videos and things of that nature. Just saying that if they want to make the perfect Superman movie, all they have to do is take what Christopher Nolan did with the Dark Knight trilogy and make a Superman film just like that. That's all they have to do, and it will be fixed and everything will be good. And it looks like, based on the trailer, that is what they're going to do. This one looks a lot like Batman Begins, just Superman. So Superman Begins doesn't really sound right. I'm going to nickname it Superman Starts. SSBB, it makes sense. So hopefully we'll get to see more of it after this movie. Like they'll do like a trilogy of it. I imagine they would. Henry Cavill, I think, makes a good Clark Kent / Superman. He looks a little bit different than what we're used to. He's a little bit more muscular than Christopher Reeves or Brandon Routh was. I think it's Ruth, whatever. It doesn't matter now. Anyway, Superman Returns sucked. But he's a little bit bulkier than them. He's not, I don't think, quite as tall as Christopher Reeve, because I think Christopher Reeve was pretty damn tall. But he does look like he'll make a good one. I like the new costume. I think it's pretty good. Although I'll say it is very similar to this costume right here, which is the New 52 Jim Lee design costume. This is just a figure representation of the costume, but it's got some really cool things about it. I like how the S is bigger than usual, and it kind of encapsulates most of the chest. I like how at the end of the forearms there you have that little wrist triangle, and it looks like on the movie costume it's going to be very similar to the New 52 costume. Actually, I think I like this costume even better. It's got sort of like plated armor with lines. Jim Lee, of course, designed this, and he, in my opinion, is the best comic book artist of all time. And a lot of people don't share that opinion. That's just mine. I think he is. Oops, sorry. So, anyway, let me just shut off my ringtone here. Okay, so to continue, I do actually like this design a little bit better than the one in the movie. It's a little bit different. The movie, it sort of looks more like, it's kind of like a protective shield over him, but it's not like an armor, like how this is like a body armor type of thing. So I do prefer this one. They should have just called Jim Lee and had him design it for them. They should have just said, hey, Jim, can you design the new Superman suit for the movie for us? And he would have done it, and it would have been even better. But, hey, it's not broken. It's not that bad or anything. It'll work, whatever. The suit doesn't make the movie anyway, but it does look pretty cool. I think it looks better than the classic style one. Definitely better than the Brandon Routh Superman Returns one, where it's got, like, the duplicate S's, and it's got the S in, like, the belt. I still don't like that at all. So that looks cooler. I really like Zack Snyder, who is the director. His sort of way of filming, which is kind of similar to like a David Fincher type style, but for like superhero movies, where everything is really dark and the colors are sort of like kind of almost drab, like they're not as bright as you would expect them to be normally in a movie. It's just a lot darker, just sort of like Watchmen. If you guys remember Watchmen, a lot of the scenes are really dark, and it's really beautiful visually, but at the same time, it's got that dark palette to it. Almost like comic book-ish, not as far as like Sin City, but very similar to David Fincher, who's done Seven, if you guys have seen that, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, all of those movies. He's one of my favorite directors, and all of his movies visually have some very dark, type of enhancements done to them in terms of the colors and everything like that. And this looks like that too, a lot. The one thing about the trailer, it's whatever, is kind of like the sound going over top, but you have the the weird, like, sort of like, I don't know what kind of sound you want to call it, where you have like the girl in the background, she's kind of making those noises and stuff, whatever. Sort of like opera almost, but not quite. But anyway, that kind of relates back to what I was saying before, how it seems like to me it's going to be like Batman Begins or Superman Starts, because it really seems a lot like they're sort of relating it back and giving us the backstory of him as a child and certain things about it and relating it back and making it philosophically very interesting and psychologically very stimulating versus like where a lot of the superhero movies these days are not, especially Marvel. You know, Marvel has really, a lot of people love the Marvel movies. I'm not hating on Marvel. I love Marvel too. But when it comes to the movies, there's just psychologically and in terms of, you know, these kinds of sort of adult themes, it's just very bland. It's very like one-dimensional. You know, you watch it one way and there's no other way to interpret what the characters say. It's not like with Christopher Nolan's films where you have all these different themes and, you know, they're very interesting in that way for adults. A lot of the Marvel movies are just like big action budget movies. And that's not saying that they're bad, but, you know, I'd like to see a little bit more, which it looks like this movie is going to bring. You have Kevin Costner, who's playing Superman's, I'm drawing on blank here, Pa Kent, and he looks like he'll be good. I mean, he's obviously an A-list actor. To get him in a movie like this is very good. Obviously, Christopher Nolan is the producer, so it just has it's got everything it needs. It should be a great movie. I'm really excited to see it overall. The last about 45 seconds of the trailer make it look really, really good, where sort of you have that question of Superman and people might not, like human beings, Terrence might not trust him, this kind of stuff. They don't know what side he's on. They may shoot at him or, you know, point the gun at him or fight against him. And sort of you have Pa Kent telling him that he can't let anybody know what he is or what he can do. And also you have Russell Crowe playing Jor-El. So that'll be good too. And the villain, I'm not familiar with that actor. I'd have to look it up. But it's supposed to be General Zod, so that should be fun too. And it looks pretty well done. The CG looks good. I like the ship, the sort of alien ship that you get to see there. And the movie looks great. I mean, it's on the front page of YouTube for a reason. It's got like 12 million views in like 2 days. It's Superman. But, you know, Superman Returns was Superman 2, and it didn't do it justice. You know, whenever you take a character like Superman or Batman or these types of characters, you can't just do a mediocre movie and be done with it. You know, if it's mediocre, that's not good enough. You can't just make a mediocre movie of Superman or Batman or these types of characters. It has to be amazing in order to justify it, because these are the 2 greatest characters ever created in comic books, as according to Wizard Magazine, IGN, you know, whatever list you want to look at. Number 1, number 2, Superman, Batman, whatever order you want to put them in, it's up to you, but they are the 2 greatest according to all of them. So, and myself too, I have to agree that they are the 2 greatest. So Superman might not be my favorite comic book character, but he is definitely one of the top 2 greatest. So it looks like we're going to get a new version of Superman Darker. I think Zack Snyder's going to do it, and I think they're finally going to fix Superman. So Superman starts. Very excited for it. Can't wait to see it. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. It looks great. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev. Same peace.